Hello everyone, welcome to my online geography class KSK Geography. Here I am to discuss one of the important chapters for your ICSE Geography, that is agriculture chapter. Agriculture chapter, it looks quite big. No, much more contents are there. But I can assure you, if you will prepare this chapter, it will become one of the easy chapters. Here, you can get 10 out of 10 very easily. Now, before starting any chapters, as I always say, at first, you need to see what are the things you need to study from this particular chapters. So here, these are the course content. So first you need to know about Indian agriculture, importance, problems and reforms. Next, types of farming in India. So here few types are there: subsistence, commercial, shifting, intensive, extensive, plantation and mixed. You need to study about all those types of farming that we practice in India. Next, agricultural seasons, that is Rabi, Kharif and Zaid. It means according to the agricultural production, the whole crops has been divided into 3 categories. So that you need to study it here. Next, here, this part is very, very important. What are the things you need to know for each crops as per the syllabus? So, climatic condition, soil requirements, methods of cultivation, processing and distribution of the following crops. Which are the crops? That is rice, wheat, millets and pulses. Next, sugarcane and oil seeds. Under oil seeds, you need to know about groundnuts, mustards and soybean. Next, the cotton and jute. Those are the 2 fiber crops, and tea and coffee. Those are the 2 beverage crops. You need to know about all those things one by one. So what are the things you need to study? Climatic conditions, soil requirements, methods of cultivation, processing and distribution of the following crops. These are the crops you need to study. Now let's start with the first, that is the Indian agriculture, important problems and reforms. Today in this video we will discuss about this topic, that is Indian agriculture, importance, problems and reforms. For that you need to be with me till the end of this video. So first, that is the significance of Indian agriculture. You know, India is an agricultural based country. So more than 70% population of India, they are directly or indirectly involved with the agricultural activity. So it provides foods to the ever increasing population of India, right? It supplies raw materials to the agro-based industry. So in that way, it helps the agro-based industries also to grow. Next, it provides a market for the industrial growth such as mechanical and agricultural implements. It means for agricultural production, we require some type of machinery, and that machinery, it will come from the industry sectors. So in that way, industry sectors also help by the agricultural activities. So here important things you need to know, that agriculture and industry both grow hand to hand. It requires help from each other. Next one, it provides employment to the millions of people. As I said, the more than 70% population of India is directly or indirectly involved with the agricultural activity. Next, it accumulates a large portions of Indian exports. So India, as I already mentioned, this is an agricultural based country. So whatever production we are growing, so that production is not only fulfilling our demand, it also helps us to get foreign currency. How? Once the extra production, if we will able to send it to the other countries, right, where the demands of those products, it will be much more, so we will be able to get the foreign currency. So now, let's start with the problems of Indian agriculture now, right? Recently, you have heard about the farmer protest. So it means there are some problems in Indian agriculture. Although Indian economy is based on agriculture, so there are some problems. So what are the problems? First of all, dependence on monsoon for irrigation, right? So Indian agriculture, we need to cultivate so many varieties of crops that we need to do throughout the year. But for the agricultural activity, we require water. Now in India, we are getting water from the southwest monsoon. These are the rainy seasons. So there are 4 rainy months only in India, and the rain distribution also is not equal. Even there is a completely uncertainty. So sometime it comes early, sometime it comes late. So that's why Indian agriculture system also hamper. So these are the main problem of Indian agriculture. Next, land fragmentation. It means you will see that you will observe the generation by generation land size is getting smaller and smaller. Right, when the land size it will get smaller and smaller, so the production cost it will become more. So as a result, the agricultural profit it will be hampered. Low investment in agriculture. In Indian agriculture, we have not given so much importance for investment point of view, right? There is no such agriculture research is going on in a large scale, right? So that's why low investment in agriculture that's create problem for the production. Next, inconsistent use of fertilizer and pesticides. So whatever fertilizer or pesticides in which quantity we require, you are not able to use it in the same quantity. So as a result, there is a problem in agricultural production. Illiteracy is another problem. Mostly agricultural activity in India is to be done by the poor illiterate villagers. So that illiteracy is create a problem for Indian agriculture. Why? Because they are not updated with the new technology, new equipment. So as a result, agricultural production it will be hampered. Next one, ignorance. If you will see the government policy also, sometimes it shows there is an ignorance in the agricultural sectors rather than the industry sectors. Next, poor infrastructure and lack of social amenities. So the infrastructural problem like proper irrigation system, supply of fertilizers. After the agricultural production, the selling part, there also farmers are facing the problem. Next, absence of modern storage and processing facilities like the cold storage or other storehouse, godowns. Those are not that much quantity or that much number that we require to store the agricultural production. So here also there is a problem. Next, loss of land to natural disaster. That's due to the soil erosion or stream bank erosion, in the coastal areas that erosion, the agriculture production is getting hampered. Why? We are losing the land. Next, access to the land and fertilizers. So here there is a problem, like if you have the land, as the farmer, they don't have the proper knowledge about the particular area's soil. So without soil testing, if they are using fertilizer, that it will be not helpful at all. Why? Because different soils is required different elements, right? The fertility of the soil depends if the all type of minerals, if it will be in proper proportion. But without testing the soil, when the farmers are applying fertilizers, so in that time what will happen? The soil productivity it will be hampered because the chemical elements it will be disturbed. So now let's see about the reforms. Now what are the problems are there? How to counter those things. That's called reforms or solution of the problems. So what are the solution? There are few solution mentioned. Increase in irrigation facilities. So maximum land we need to bring it under irrigation. Next, the farm mechanism. If the land size is getting smaller and smaller, in that case what we can do? The cooperative farming we can do. So in that way what will happen? The whole agricultural area's land it will be used for one agricultural production, particular one agricultural production, and so for that we can invest in large quantity and the proper utilization of the resources it will be there. Next, agricultural research. We need to set up much more agricultural research centers or research work, so the agricultural related problem we can sort it out. The reclamation program and agriculture price policy. The main problem of Indian agriculture is that, like when the farmers are getting production, right, after difficulty, so after that they have to sell it. The problem is there, when they have to sell it, particular crops it will be produced all over the place at the same time. Now the market price it will drop down. Why? Because as the supply is more, demand is less, so market price it will drop down. So farmer, after doing so much hard work, taking loan from the bank, now when they have to repay those things, so as the product price it will drop down, they will be not able to sell it and they will be not able to get actual profit what they expect. So as a result, their farming activity it will be hampered. Next, land reforms. like which people having more lands, and some peoples having less lands. So which people having more land, that land, if they will be not able to utilize properly, so that it will be wastage. On the other hand, which people having no land, so they will be not able to do any type of agricultural activities. So here the land reforms activities already taken place by the government of India. So what they are doing, they are redistributing the lands. If they are having the more land, so that land it will be taken from those people and it will be distributed to the poor people or landless people. Credit policy, there's a initiatives taken by the government. They are setting up the rural bank in the rural areas to provide the facilities of loan to the farmers, because the farmers, they can get the loan easily. Mainly farmers are hesitating to going to the bank because there is so much documentation work. So governments are making sure that they will make the loan policy very simple, so the farmer, they can take the loan easily. And on the other hand, when the farming activities it will be hampered due to the natural calamities, in that case farmer will get the benefit of rebate or sometime the abolition of loan, so they don't need to pay anything. Next one, cooperative movement. Already I have mentioned those things. All the farmers will come together in a particular area and the whole agricultural land they will cultivate the single crops only. So single crops cultivation, it will be easy to manage because they have to apply the water or fertilizer, insecticide, everything at the same time. As a result, the production cost it will become less and the profit it will be more. So those type of reforms, or you can say solution, we have to take to counter the problems. That's it for today, and next class we will discuss about the types of farming in India. For that, you need to subscribe my channel and don't forget to like and share with your friends. Thank you very much.